Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 8th through January 14th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now we're going to take a look into your general energies. What is it that you need to know? What is the major situation in your life right now? What is the message that wants to come through for you for this coming week? And we've got a 7 of Cups. All right. Okay. That could be good. Let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. And, interesting. Okay. All right. This is going to include a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, whatever you want to call it. We're going to leave that just right over here. We're not going to look at that until the very end of the reading, so stick around to the end. And we're going to see if that will, tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for. Okay. So what we see here is some water, some earth, major, some air, and some fire. So pretty balanced over here. Over here we have some major, a lot of majors here. We have some water and some fire. So I think it's a very emotional situation for you this week. Okay. I think your emotions really are running pretty high. I think there is some particular experience going on with this water sign person. This is a Princess of Cups. I think this water sign is really perhaps confusing you with their communication, their emotional communication, right? You're having a hard time really getting a feel for what they want, what they are expecting, what their plans are, what their agenda kind of is. And it's not through any kind of deception on their own. I think it's because they don't really know either, okay? With the Princess of Cups, it's a kind of an immaturity. It's kind of someone who is just beginning to have these feelings and understand them and try to figure out what they mean, what they should do with them, that sort of thing. And it's leaving you in this 7 of Cups kind of state where you feel a little bit overwhelmed by all these emotions and this kind of confusion and this uncertainty about things. And you really would like to kind of to know what's going on, but it's kind of up in the air. It's kind of ambiguous. There's maybe some mixed signals. There's just some kind of confusion going on, and it's really starting to take its toll on you. I think it's starting to wear on you. And it's almost to the point where you're just kind of almost just giving up or surrendering to these circumstances, right? It's almost like you feel like, well, I'm just never going to know what's going on with this person. But the interesting thing, like I said, is I feel that they aren't even sure. Okay, with the princess here, they're not 100% clear about their own feelings or what they want in this situation with you. Now, what I think this situation is involving this deeper commitment, okay? This could be something going on in the workplace. Could be something going on at home, in your romantic life, your, personal life. But with this Justice or Adjustment card, I feel like there's a deeper commitment here, okay? Could be a marriage, could be, just a deeper commitment in the romantic sense, okay? This could be a professional relationship, a new employer, a new contract, a new supervisor, a new associate, someone with whom you have like a professional relationship, okay? So it could be in either scenario for right now. But it feels to me like it might be more of the romantic situation than the professional. Okay, but I feel either way that there's this deeper commitment. There's a strong bond between the two of you. Okay, could be like a legal bond, could be just some kind of exclusivity, where the two of you are really serious about the relationship. And that, I think, is why we're so confused now, because we're getting these mixed signals. There's this deeper commitment. There is this deeper bond between the two of you, but there is just some mixed signals coming from this person. Now, this could be a younger female. It could be a person with a feminine energy. But I think more than that, this particular card is representing the lack of self-awareness or the lack of knowledge of self when it comes to their own emotions, right? This isn't gender specific. So this is someone who doesn't quite understand what they feel, what they want, why they want it, why they feel the way they feel. They're just uncertain about themselves, okay? But it really is taking its toll on you, okay? And I think what you are really hoping for is that this deeper commitment, right, this bond, this contract, this, promise, or this taking things to the next level, I think that you're really expecting it to be like the beginning of your future, right? The beginning of the rest of your life, okay? I think this is something you're aspiring to be a major change in your life, right? With this Eon card, this Judgment card, this is something that you're looking at as a new era in your life, okay? It's really this, you're trying to, or you're aspiring to walk through this doorway with this person. This could be like a marriage thing, okay? It kind of has that feeling to me. But you're really looking to cross the threshold, so to speak, into your future, into the rest of your life. But this person's given you some mixed feelings. And it's starting to create a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. Just looking at this Seven of Cups, this is kind of what your emotions are doing. They're just starting to kind of turn a little bit sour to the whole thing. And you're not sure why, you're not sure what they want, if they're having second thoughts, if they're backing out. There's just this kind of uncertainty, right? And it makes it all the worse because you have this aspiration of really wanting to move forward with your life, really wanting to finally, take that step through the doorway into your future. But there's this uncertainty here, okay? Down beneath the surface, we have this Sun card. This is your expectation that things will clear up, that whatever is being kind of hidden or uncertain, whatever's kind of in the dark, whatever this vacillation is, or this lack of clarity, you're really hoping that things will be brought to the light. I think you're expecting there to be some revelation of some like big mystery or big secret here. And there might be. I don't know. I don't see another indication that it's really some major revelation, some major, hidden aspect of their life that's going to be revealed. But I think you're expecting something big, or you're expecting this sun to come in and illuminate all the dark corners of this situation, right? Anything that might be hiding in the darkness, hiding in the shadows, kind of beneath the surface, or that isn't out in the light yet, right? You're expecting this sun to show you everything, reveal everything, make everything clear, bring everything into the light of day, right? And I think that is a very reasonable expectation. In a situation like this, if it is this kind of a serious bond, this serious commitment, I think all the cards need to be out on the table, so to speak, no pun intended. And I think that anything pertinent to the matter needs to be brought to the light. I think that you deserve to have the clarity that you need to enter into this with full awareness, full disclosure, okay? And I think you're expecting that with this Sun card here. What I see in the immediate future, though, is this Prince of Wands. This is a little bit of an argumentative person. This is someone who may take some of your inquiries or your questioning or your just bringing up this situation and trying to talk about it as a challenge or as an attack. And they might get a little bit, not flustered, but a little bit offended by that. Or they might get a little bit agitated because they are experiencing it as a confrontation, right? So they might get confrontational back. And with it's not going to be like a lasting, argument or conflict, but it seems like when you do try to bring this up or start to talk about these kinds of uncertainties or to express your doubts or your worries or your concerns, it kind of sets them off a little bit. They get a little bit annoyed by it, perhaps, okay? That's what I see in the immediate future with this. But we're going to take a look at the path of the Serpent, because I think there are some major events coming, some major kind of revelations coming. And whoever this whoever this water sign person is, I feel like they're going to eventually come to an understanding of what they want and what they feel. And then, yes, you will have the clarity that you're looking for. But we're not really seeing a timeline here, okay? So it's really, I'd have to do a reading for that other person, you know what I mean, to kind of see where they're at and what their flow of energy looks like. But right now, I think you're kind of left with this uncertainty, right? And I feel like your attempts to kind of push them or question them or get answers from them is going to just lead to them really getting kind of annoyed by it all. And that's not to say that you shouldn't try to get answers, because you deserve answers. If this is a serious commitment for you and you're really looking at things in terms of the long-term goals and future, this is a serious matter and you deserve to have the clarity and the full disclosure if you're making this kind of a commitment, you know. Path of the Serpent, your general energy, you feel like someone is not being honest with you. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords here. This is a feeling like someone is hiding something and you're having to really it's really like pulling teeth to get some kind of clarity or some kind of answers from this person, or just get the discussion going, right? It feels like they are just so walled off, so closed off or blocked, that you are just having to kind of pick at them like these other 6 little daggers here on this central sword to try to get any kind of answers, any kind of response, any kind of anything, any kind of reaction back from this person. Okay? So you really feel like they are trying to conceal something or trying to hold on to something, and you're having to kind of just chip away at them to get any kind of answer out of them. Okay? And this is also the feeling, kind of in the same vein, the feeling like no matter how much you express yourself and try to communicate and have these discussions and be open and honest with your feelings, they are not responsive to that. Okay? It's kind of a futile effort. They don't seem to resonate with you in that way. Okay? But what we see next is, in terms of your connection, this is the Tower card. Now, don't freak out. I was kind of hesitant to pull this out right away. But this is the connection card, okay? So this could mean a few things. It could literally just mean that this relationship is doomed, that there's going to be kind of a crisis point and things are going to end. It's going to be broken off, whatever this is. And again, it could be a professional relationship too. Okay, I don't want to exclude that. But with the Tower card, it could be one possible scenario is this thing is going to just kind of blow up and it's just going to be destroyed. It's not going to work, right? There's going to be a crisis moment and you're going to have this breakthrough that, hey, this person is not who I thought they was. This isn't working out. This isn't what I want anymore, and it's going to end. Okay, that's one kind of aspect of this. I'm getting a P name for some reason. I don't know if their first or last name starts with the letter P. Anyway, but this could be like something different than that. It doesn't necessarily mean that this relationship is going to just be doomed. Okay. This could be a Tower moment in terms of a breakthrough with this person. It could be that at some point, once they maybe do their own inner work, right? Because with the Princess of Cups here, this wasn't them concealing anything. This wasn't them having some hidden agenda, some secret life. This was about them not really understanding themselves fully. Okay? This was that there were things that are unknown to you, right? That you're uncertain. You have this kind of doubt or this uncertainty, but so do they. Okay, about themselves. And possibly about you, about the relationship, about life, everything. So it's not that they're hiding anything. They just aren't certain either. Okay? So it could be that there's going to be this breakthrough in the relationship. Now the Tower is saying that there's going to come a point, there's going to be a Tower event. Okay? There's going to be like a climax of this tension and things are going to be expressed, right? Now, whether this is going to lead to a breakup and just a ruin of the relationship, or if this is going to lead to a deeper bond. And now we kind of see, when I look at the next couple of cards, we see it could kind of go either way, but I've got my opinions. a tower moment is coming. Okay, and this is going to be that kind of, everything's going to come to a head. There's going to be that climax. There's going to be that kind of blow up, right? All this energy, all this tension is going to be released. But whether this leads to a breakup or leads to a deeper bond, a deeper understanding and appreciation for each other, that's kind of the question. And I don't want to give you any kinds of suggestions because I don't want you going into this tower event already assuming that it's going to go one way, because then it will go that way, right? If we say, like, look, this is going to come to a climax and it's going to be the end, well then, you feel like you already know what's going to happen, so you're kind of going into it with that expectation. So I don't want to put that out there too strongly. That is one possibility. But the other possibility, and honestly I think the more likely possibility, is that this is going to be an explosion of this tension, right? This energy is going to be released, but it's going to forge in that fire a deeper bond between the two of you. Okay? A deeper understanding, a deeper love, a deeper harmony and resonance. It's going to kind of fuse the two of you together. There might be this kind of more legal bond or formal or professional kind of bond, this more practical or physical bond. I think the tower moment might be talking about a deeper spiritual bond that's going to form. Because all of this energy is building up and it's going to finally, break free, things are going to be discussed and talked about, emotions are going to flow freely. There's going to be nothing inhibiting the expression of how the two of you feel. It's really going to be a hashing out of everything, What we see next in terms of your fears, worries, and concerns, 7 of Pentacles or discs. Now, this is talking about the complete failure of the relationship, not in the spiritual, emotional, deeply bonded kind of way, but in the practical sense, This is the fear that maybe you will be sticking in this relationship because on paper everything works fine. It's domestically everything's good. The two of you work well together. This maybe is still a professional relationship. For all practical purposes, things work out well. The two of you can work in tandem, things get done, it's successful. There's good practical reasons why this relationship should stay. But your fear is that's going to be all there is, that there's going to be no deeper connection, no emotional, no spiritual bond. That it's going to be a domestic or mundane or routine partnership, right? Almost, if this is a romantic relationship, it's almost this feeling like it's just going to be like a business relationship, you know what I mean? Like it's just going to be a coworker rather than a romantic partner, a soulmate, that sort of thing. So this is the concern, that it's going to be just a mundane domestic relationship, but there's going to be no deeper bond, right? And that's the concern. Or the concern is that this tower event will lead to just a complete failure, and things will break down and the whole thing will be called off. Just a complete going your separate ways, kind of not looking back scenario. Okay. But what we see next is, I think this is the most positive card here that we have. And this is a 3 of Cups. This is the end of the path of the Serpent. So I'm feeling like this tower moment might actually lead to this kind of spiritual, emotional, soulmate kind of bond. Okay. And this tower moment has to come between the two of you, but this other person has to be ready for that, because they're still in this rather, immature state, this emotional infancy kind of, where they're not quite understanding themselves. Okay, and I want to emphasize that. I may get some comments that I repeat myself a lot, but I do that for a reason, I'm not just talking to hear myself talk. I want to emphasize these things, because if this person's not ready, they don't understand themselves, they almost need this tower moment for themselves before the two of you can come together and really have it out. Really lay everything out on the table, But I think once all of this energy comes together, and if this flow is flowing this way and nothing significant changes, the way things are now, the path that things are on, I think will lead to this deeper bond. This Three of Cups is celebration. This is reciprocating affection. This is that deeper spiritual, maybe soulmate even, bond. You know? And I think this is a reason to celebrate at the end. Now, I don't want to put the final outcome out there as a guarantee. This still could be your greater happiness, your greater satisfaction if this Tower moment leads to you going your own way, right? So there's still the kind of two paths that things can take. And I don't want to pretend that I'm a psychic and I can predict the way this thing is going to go. I don't know. This really depends on their readiness and your readiness to come together and have this Tower event, this Tower moment. Okay? But whichever way that energy takes, it's going to lead one way or the other to your satisfaction, your fulfillment, your happiness. Okay? And it is, personally, I think it's very likely that this will be with this person, that the two of you will have this deeper connection, this soulmate level bond, and it'll be that reason to celebrate. And that will be complete openness, complete freedom of expression, the vulnerability, the opportunity to just share your feelings with each other with no judgment, with no reluctance, no apprehension, just free-flowing water energy, okay? I think that most likely is where things are headed, but it could be the alternative, okay? I want you to keep that in mind. I think it's important to try to go into this with no unchangeable expectations, right? I mean, I want you to know that there are different possibilities so that you're not taken by complete surprise if things don't go a certain way, But let's take a look now at this confirmation card, because this might give us a little bit more confidence or certainty that things are going to go one way or the other, all right? I don't want to speculate what this is. Let's just take a look. Well, it's the Moon card. A couple things here. This relationship is on the brink of a very important change, very major change, okay? And again, this is rather ambiguous, right? It could be positive, could be negative, could be good or bad. It could be the brink of the important change, this kind of new future, this new era, crossing the threshold, going through the doorway with this person, into your future, okay? This could be a card that really is indicating that there is some kind of deception going on. I didn't think that there was. I saw no indication in the other cards that there was anything going on other than this person just not knowing themselves, not being in touch with their emotions, not really understanding how they feel or what they want, being just kind of still in their infancy, learning about themselves. But now this Moon card comes out as the confirmation card and maybe says that there is some kind of not like a secret or a secret life, but maybe there's one secret that this person is holding on to that they want to share with you, but they don't know how to express it. It could be something from their past, something about their family, something about themselves, or just something that they're hesitant to reveal. Okay, and it could be that's why we see this Sun card here underneath it all, because you are aware that there is something this person is concealing that needs to be brought to the light. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think actually the opposite is true. Once they reveal this, once they open themselves up and share this with you, that's going to be the Tower moment that is going to bring the two of you together on that soul level. It could be, again, something from their history, their childhood, something about their family, something about their personal history, something about who they are, their true nature, their inner selves, something about their spiritual work, their spiritual nature. A major thing that they're not just going to share with anyone. Could be they've never told a soul, but they want to tell you, and perhaps they are trying to figure out how. They're trying to understand what the significance is and how to communicate that. But it will be brought to light. There will be this tower moment. And I think the tower moment, now that we have all of the cards, and this missing piece is maybe what we've needed to put all of this together. Once this revelation kind of has been made, I think it will be that tower moment, and I think it will lead to a deeper respect, a deeper bond, a deeper affection for each other. Now, whether this is really going to lead to this future, crossing the threshold together, is still up in the air. It still depends a lot on all the other variables, right? All of the other energies that are involved, the other factors here. But I think the major arcana cards that we have here today are really very significant. We have we have 5 major arcana cards here. And it's all kind of, it's all centered on this moon card. Let's see if I can pick all of these up in a somewhat organized way. It's all really centered on that moon card. And this is, I think this is the recipe for a really tremendous bond between the two of you. Okay, like I don't know how else to really formulate that idea, but it's going to be like that soulmate level bond because of this, right? And this is maybe what you've been waiting for, this revelation, this openness, this sense that you're really being allowed into this person to really understand and get to know them. And I think that this tower event is going to be the catalyst for this 3 of Cups. I think this is going to be the outcome. But again, it really depends on their kind of self-knowledge, their emotional maturity. When are they going to be ready to have this tower moment, to have this breakthrough, and to share this thing with you? I don't know what it could be. Like I said, I'd have to do a reading for that person, know a little bit about them, in order to maybe get an idea of what this is. But I feel like it's some kind of a family history or personal history, something that they've been through, something that is part of their nature that they don't like to share, right? That they don't just reveal it to anyone. So when they do have this tower event, they do have this conversation with you, I think that really is going to be an indication of how much they trust you and how much they are looking to the future with you, right? Because they're willing to have this conversation with you. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this a little bit in the extended. Maybe we can take a look into this moon card a little bit and just see if we can get any other kind of insights or clarity into that. If you want to check out the extendeds, you can become a member to the channel by clicking on the link in the description box. The information is all down there for you to do that. It's a great way to support the channel. I really do appreciate that. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, for sticking around this long. I know we're just approaching 30 minutes now on this reading. I'm trying to keep them short. Honestly, I am. But I thank you for sticking around. It really does mean a lot to me. This was your weekly tarot reading for January 8th through 14th on Dove and Serpent Tarot. And I'll see you again. Ooh, that's cold.